Hey everybody. So Ashley asked me to come talk to you about the Younique Foundation. So before I go into my own personal experiences, I just wanted to give you a little background. So the founders of Younique actually created the Younique Foundation, and they're using the money from the Younique cosmetics business to fund that foundation. So they had an experience with someone that they knew that was really having a difficult time due to past sexual trauma in her childhood. And they wanted to do something to make things better for women that are adults and have dealt with childhood or adolescent sexual abuse. And so they said, somebody should do something. And they said, why don't we do something? So they said, well, let's start this makeup business. Thanks, Ashley. In order to fund this foundation. So what the foundation does is it's a retreat, a 4-day retreat in the beautiful mountains above Springville, Utah. And I'm already getting teared up talking about it. They take adult survivors up into the mountains for 4 days. It doesn't cost them a dime. All you have to do is get to Salt Lake. They pick you up at the airport. They drive you to the retreat. It's just incredible. It's basically you're staying in a mansion. It's amazing. And it's just like this, it just makes your soul like come alive when you're at the retreat and you get to experience all of that. And they're building a new building so that they can take even more women at a time. But right now they're doing about 3 retreats a week, and it's a Monday through Thursday. And there are 3 retreats a month is what I meant to say. So when I went, there were 16 girls. So they do groups of 10 max for individual therapy. And honestly, before I went, I was so nervous. I was like, I'm not going to know anybody. This is going to be crazy. I didn't know what to expect. It was really stressful just thinking about going somewhere and talking to people that I didn't know about something so personal that had happened to me. But I will tell you that in the airport, I ran into a girl and she was kind of looking lost like I was. And I said, are you going to the retreat? And she said, yeah, I am. Are you? And I was like, yeah. And she and I are still super close. So I immediately bonded with her. But the bond you have with these other women, Ashley, I told you I was going to cry. It's so powerful. Okay, I need a moment. Okay, so one of the first things they do when you get to the retreat is they give you a bowl, and I should have brought mine up here to show you guys. They give you a bowl and they tell you to break it. And you wouldn't think that this would be so challenging. And that was one of the hardest things I've done. You have to break this bowl, but then they give you glue and gold, and they tell you about this Japanese art form called Kanzuki. And the belief behind Kanzuki is that, thanks guys, that even though something's broken, that when you put it back together, it's stronger than it was before. And so we all put back together those bowls, and it was a symbolism of what we were going to go through at the retreat. And it was hard. I'm not going to lie. It was really hard to deal with, bringing up things, because my abuse was like 30 years ago, and I don't talk about it. I don't deal with it. But it had started manifesting itself in other ways, like my relationship with my husband, which is why I decided to go, because something wasn't right. And one of the first things they tell you when you get there is they tell you how your brain works and how trauma affects your brain, and that your body your brain automatically does things, like puts you into like a fight or flight mode. And so you'll have reactions to things that you don't even like realize why you're having that reaction. And basically they like tell you you're not crazy. This is your brain protecting you and doing what it needs to do to make sure you're safe. So it's like just saying like there's nothing wrong with you, like you're okay, like you're not nuts. Because I know anyone who's had any kind of trauma, sometimes you feel like you're crazy, like something will happen, you'll be like, and you freak out and you're like, I don't know why I'm even freaking out about this, because it's some trigger that's like coming up. But they just tell you right away you are not crazy. And that alone was huge. Like, and being with all these other women who had completely different experiences than I did, but we all have the same reactions to situations. We all have these same types of issues that we're dealing with. And at the retreat, we took a lot of classes, and we did yoga, and we got to do therapeutic drumming, which I never would have like thought of doing. We went to, we did Muay Thai. That was so much fun. But they give you, and then some like, traditional class things, like, and you can pick what you want to go to in order to, that you feel is best for you and getting, whatever you need out of it. So it's 4 days. There's all these classes, and, oh my God, the food, they have a chef, you guys. They have a chef. And he's amazing, and his team, and they feed you like the best food ever. Like, I didn't want to leave. It was incredible. And then you have 2 days you go into town. So you come down from the mountain and you go into town to do group therapy. And what the foundation did was it gives you the tools to start your healing process. And all of us come in at a different stage in our healing. Like, I had counseling when I was like in my teenage years, and then I kind of didn't do anything with it since then. And so now I'm back in therapy, and I'm working on these issues that have started to come up. And I really just, the foundation and Derek and Shalene, who are, basically the brains behind the whole thing, they like save lives. They really, really do, because there was a girl there that she was going to kill herself, and she was able to go to the foundation, and she decided that she wanted to live. And I don't think she would have if that hadn't happened to her. And she had that opportunity to go. And you don't have to be a presenter. You don't even have to know anything about the makeup. So if you know anyone that has been a victim of childhood or adolescent sexual abuse, please ask the presenter that's here in the group for you to get you information on the foundation. And you can go to the www.youniquefoundation.org and find all sorts of information there as well. But again, the retreat is free. So if you know someone that needs help, or you think might benefit from that, just mention it to them, because it changed my life. And I know you probably have heard a bunch of presenters say this is so much more than makeup, but it is. It's not. We don't do this because of the makeup. The makeup's awesome. We all know that, right? It's amazing makeup. But, I joined because I like the mascara. And then I heard about the retreat and was able to go, and I'm never leaving. Like, this literally has changed my life. Like, I am not the same person I was a year ago. This has just been the most, oh my gosh, my nose, my eyes, incredible opportunity I've ever had. And I just want to tell you guys a little story. So at the end of the retreat, they give us these necklaces, and I actually turned mine around because I was getting a lot of questions and I didn't want to talk about it. Oh, sorry for the sniveling. Let me show you the one side. So this is the a woman holding her arms up in the air, and she's the Younique Foundation's kind of their I don't know what, I can't think of the word. But anyway, this is like is their kind of their image that they use, and it says reclaim hope. And on the back side, you can see it has cracks in it, and that represents the Kanzuki. So I don't ever take this off. It's not only represents the retreat, but it also is a grounding tool for if you're having a difficult time or you're having anxiety and you know that you have this and you can just use it as a grounding tool. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys one of the cool things that they do there. So a lot of women that have been through any kind of abuse, whether sexual or domestic or whatever, I love you too, Ashley, they have a hard time seeing value in themselves. And at the retreat, they give you a makeover and do your hair, and then you go get photographs with a professional photographer, and they are amazing. It's like you feel so beautiful and empowered, and it's like looking at those pictures, it's like you're looking at it, you're saying, who is that person? Because that's not me. And then you start to process and you're like, wait a minute, that is me. And then like, well, maybe, this is how everybody else sees me, even though I don't see myself that way. So that was like, it was this very, very emotional, my phone's giving me all sorts of alerts, very emotional to go through that experience. But getting those pictures after we got home, it blew me away. I never expected to see something like that. So when you make a purchase from Younique, that the Derek and Melanie and Shalane, who is the president of the Younique Foundation, they match a certain percentage and donate that back to the foundation. And when you check out, make sure you round up, because that money goes directly to the Younique Foundation. And they've started a new campaign called the Defend Innocence. And so you can go to defendinnocence.org. And that's all about educating parents so that we can stop the abuse from ever happening. So if you have children, or you're a grandparent, or you know somebody that has children, please tell them about the defendinnocence.org page so that they can go find the tools and resources to talk to their children and make sure that this doesn't happen to anyone else. Because 1 in 4 girls are sexually abused before they're 18, and 1 in 5 boys are. It's too many. We have to stop this. And the great thing about this company is that they're trying to do something. They're not just talking about how we should do something and not doing anything. They're actually making a difference. So thank you for letting me talk to you. Sorry I boobed the whole time. I told Ashley I was going to cry when I did this because I can't talk about it at all without crying. It was just such a emotional experience, and it was absolutely incredible. So thank you to everyone that was on this live, and I hope that if you know somebody that could use this service, that you refer them. And Ashley, if anyone wants, if somebody knows somebody and they need somebody to talk to about it, you're welcome to refer them to me. So thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. I'm sorry I'm making you cry. I'm gonna have to fix my makeup before I go to this football game, because I've just wiped it all off with my tears and Kleenex. So thank you guys. And again, you're welcome to have anybody reach out to me if they need help as well. So thank you.